Warning, the review you are about to watch will contain spoilers wherever necessary for educational or entertaining purposes. Click away now if you don't wish to be spoiled.
Gather round, battle brothers, and let me sing you the saga of Blake and his seven as they journey to the halls of Valhalla! Yeah, we're on to the Keeper. Let's just get this over with. We cut to the crew orbiting the planet Goth, where we're hopefully going to finally get to the end of this infinitely long fetch quest. Blake, Villa, and Jenna are attacked by the locals after teleporting down in what is one of the worst edited fight scenes, and combined with their dress sense being Vikings wearing ski goggles, it's no wonder that Villa and Jenna end up being taken captive. Now, yes, in theory, they should be able to call for teleport out of there, however, Avon notices a Federation pursuit ship out of place and thinks that it must be Travis because of reasons, and moves the Liberator out of teleport range to try and blow it up. And yeah, I'm sure the series is going to let the Lancer be the one to kill Blake's main rival, and one of the two series antagonists. Oh, surprise, surprise, Travis is down on the planet already, meeting with Oshal, leader of the Goths and almost as much of a ham as him. It's never really explained why Travis and Oshal recognize each other or have a relationship, but hey, Butcher recognizes Butcher. Butcher? I heard Butcher. Is it time for me to make my cameo? No, Babin. Your time will come, but not yet. Go away and get ready for Season 3. Though speaking of Doctor Who, the green screen cave and tent city of Goth effect is pretty bad even by Doctor Who standards, you gotta admit. And it's here that Villa and Jenna have been taken to be presented to Oshal, who immediately has the hots for Jenna because, of course. Blake's not with them because he was fortunately teleported away before being blown up by the Vikings. Okay, and now we get on to the most confusing scene in only a few seconds. We find out that pursuit ship was in orbit because it was here to assist Travis and Servalon in finding that brain print copy that Dockley made, and only reveal the location of to Blake unless he told Travis before Blake came to the planet. But if that's the case, then why didn't he leave as soon as he had the information he needed to take over the Federation? It just makes too many questions. I'm not even questioning it. Like why Travis is working with Servalon after previously saying he would rather die than work for her again. I just can't even. Meanwhile, Blake teleports back down to the planet to try and rescue Jenna and Villa, and ends up freeing Thor, Odin's son, apparently. But this mysterious Viking stranger who has a vendetta against Oshal is willing to show Blake where his companions are, so that's cool. Fortunately, Villa's managed to get in go with Oshal by demonstrating his sleight of hand skills, which is a nice callback, actually, to episode 2, where he used that to distract some of the guards on the prison ship. And Jenna's going to be made Queen of the Goths. Now, I can't say that none of us have thought about making Sally Nivette our queen, but that's a very different conversation. Moving on. At any rate, she's hoping she can get her hands on the MacGuffin that they need for the episode, which in theory Oshal has around his neck. But twist! It turns out he doesn't. But that can't be. They were told that the brain print was around the neck of the Chief of the Goths. But double twist, Thor, Odin's son, turns out to be the rightful king of the Goths and Oshal's brother. So to settle this, they're going to use Star Trek Next Generation rules. Be chained together and try and stab each other with the most impractical weapons ever invented. And in contrast to the earlier fight scene, this one's actually pretty decent and has some good tension. And it looks like Oshal's going to die. Oh no, maybe not, never mind. Except triple twist, it looks like the fight has caused Oshal to have a heart attack and drop dead. Okay, it's starting to look like Hamlet out here. They still haven't found the brain print, but fortunately the old hag witch woman that has had a minor role throughout turns out to be Oshal's sister and says that her father is imprisoned in the dungeon, so maybe he has it. But twist, it turns out Travis stole it and they're no closer to finding Star 1. I'm starting to feel a bit like Odysseus out here. Can we just be done? But in a twist out of nowhere, Oshal's fool and favored friend of the former king was given psychic conditioning by the guy who left his brain print with Oshal's family of exactly where to find Star One, and regurgitates it as soon as someone mentions the name Star One to him. Because reasons. The episode's over. Let's just get out of here. Okay, by now, you should know the drill. Let's talk about the things that I liked in this episode. We get some really decent setup and character development for Blake before they teleport down, as he gets into a conversation with the crew about what exactly they're going to do once they do find Star One. Blake's plan is to blow it up and destroy the Federation utterly. However, as Villa and Avon point out, they could rule the Federation with the control that Star One would give them. And it's vaguely hinted at here that Blake is too afraid of what power could do to him to allow that to be something he's willing to consider. I'll talk a little bit more about this in the season finale, but it has been an interesting trend throughout this season of showing Blake becoming a little bit more and more radicalized and definitely shaving away some of the squeaky, lawful goodness that he had at the start of the series. A fun little fact, the Jester in this episode was actually played by a series regular who mostly stuck to faceless stormtroopers or other background characters. This was his first major speaking role on the show. We do also get a great moment where Jenna and Servalon have a conversation as two women of power, but with wildly different moral compasses. Sally Nivette and Jacqueline Pierce have an amazing chemistry with each other. Not in a romantic sense, but more in the ability of two seasoned actors who work really well together, and I really wish we had gotten more moments like this throughout the course of the series. But yeah, that's basically the beginning and the end of the stuff I can praise about this particular episode. It just kind of goes downhill from here. Underground Space Vikings feels like a rejected Doctor Who idea. I'm not sure what they were going for other than in hopes of drumming up more interest for the season finale, but if you're gonna have people watch the season finale, maybe don't do a multi-part saga where each part doesn't contribute anything to the season finale, besides incremental steps that occur at the end of each episode. That's not something people get invested in. They get invested in stories that you can get invested in, not stories that just leave you with new cliffhangers. Which is made even worse when there are some big things that happen in the season finale that really needed a lot more setup, and you could have done that with this multi-part mess. Anyway. Okay, for the big money, how would we have improved the episode? Well, here's my thoughts. Have it be that Servalon, Travis, and Blake are all here because they all have somehow found out that Oshal has the information they need. Have it be the three of them are trying to convince Oshal to give them the information they need by appealing to different aspects of their core character. Blake appealing to Oshal's moral compass, Travis to their friendship, and Servalon to the infinite power of the Federation. We could have the three of them making backroom deals with each other and trying to control the galaxy by forming various alliances, all the while Oshal looking to extract the most he can out of all of them and their greed. And maybe even have a great confrontation between Blake and Travis where they start to realize that the two of them are becoming more alike than they want to admit before the season finale! And then I've got nothing. I'm running out of steam here, friends. Again, this episode does not contribute enough to justify its inclusion in this weird multi-part saga. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this review and found it entertaining, informative, but above all, educational. Onward to episode 25, Star One, and what can you expect? Well, shape-shifting aliens, air traffic control going horribly wrong on a galactic scale, and a major character will die. No, it's not Gan this time. He's already dead. I'll hope you all join me for then. Until next time, friends. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed the review almost as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, if you would like to show your support, by all means leave the video a like, maybe a comment. If you want to go really crazy, try hitting that bell icon down below so you can stay informed of all my new content. As you can see, I'm coming out with a bunch of new videos. I'm also going to be hopefully doing more cosplay tutorials. If you'd like to show some more support in a more substantial way, try heading on over to my Patreon or my Facebook. Both will be links down below.